What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Boy, do we got something exciting for you today. We are up here at Mount Zion Off-Road in Dover, Pennsylvania. They are an awesome shop here in South Central Pennsylvania. If you're interested in wheels, tires, lift kits, general maintenance, whatever, rhino linings, they do it all. But they also now provide fluid film applications. That's right, they are now official fluid film applicators here in Dover, Pennsylvania. And they've invited me up here to go inside and take a peek at the inner workings of how they apply it, what's the benefits of fluid film, where it all started, and why they chose fluid film. So let's go inside, meet Mike and the guys, and go ahead and see the process from start to finish. Now, I do want to say this before we go inside. Not only are they doing my 2002 Jeep Wrangler TJ, they're also doing my wife's 2011 Ford Expedition EL. It's 2011, so it's over 10 years old. It's in desperate need of some fluid film or some undercoating because it gets used hard all year long through the harsh winter elements that the South Central Pennsylvania winters can bring. With that all being said, let's go inside and take a peek. All right, guys, we are inside Mount Zion Off-Road here with Mike Cashman, and I want to give him a huge shout out and thank you for inviting me up here to see the ins and outs of how the new fluid film application works. But I just wanted to introduce you to Mike, and I've known him for a long time, and I'd say probably 15 years plus we've been coming up here. Since they were in that little shop over there where we're gonna go to watch the fluid film being sprayed to their new facility here, it's incredible. So you definitely need to check them out here in Dover, Pennsylvania. This is Mike Cashman. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we go way back. I mean, I remember the days wheeling when you were, I guess maybe still in high school.
I was still in high school for sure.
You and your cousin, and so we did a lot of off-road wheeling trips together, and so
Roush
Creek for sure. So it's cool to see that you've kind of stayed in this industry and stayed in this hobby. I think a lot of people, once they own a four-wheel drive, it's hard to not own.
Get it out of your system.
Yeah, I want to say four-wheel drive to be a little bit generic, but like I feel that way about the Wrangler specifically, or some of the iconic stuff. Like if you have an FJ or a Bronco or something like that, like once you've had that, it's hard to not. And so I feel like that's where you're at.
A lot of my family or friends that were in that one 15 years ago have kind of outgrown it, but I guess I'm the anomaly that's still, that still, you know, has like bills, family responsibility, but still makes time and money to make this happen. But definitely, I do appreciate everything you do, Mike. And again, you definitely need to check out Mount Zion Off-Road up here in Dover, Pennsylvania. They do a whole lot more than what they used to 15 years ago. They have a state-of-the-art facility here behind me. They do alignments. Well, go ahead, tell me what you do.
Tire balance, of course, rhino lining is a big thing for us, and we just launched this new fluid film product. You know, rust is such a big deal here in the Northeast, and we see a lot of good vehicles that we've worked on throughout the last decade or so completely dissolved from rust, and it's like, man, we've got to be able to help out and come up with a solution for this. And so I did a bunch of research and looked into a bunch of different options and tried a bunch of different things, and this fluid film seems like the best product out there. And so I'm really excited to have the opportunity for you to try it out, to test it out, see what it looks like. You know, what is the whole application process like, and does it protect your vehicle? And I'm confident that it'll be a resounding yes.
Yes, and fluid film has a great reputation. They've been around for a long time.
You ready to get your Jeep done?
Ready to get it done.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so before we get the Jeep and the Expedition in the booth behind me as they're lowering that truck down, I'll show you some clips of that here of how they're applying it on that brand new Super Duty behind me. But I wanted to tell you what fluid film is exactly for people who might not know what it actually is. So fluid film was developed in the 1940s to help combat corrosion on the U.S. naval fleet. So this is traced all the way back to World War II, and it's also currently used by John Deere, NASA, Delta Airlines, the U.S. Coast Guard, again, the Navy, and even Caterpillar. So all those different companies are using this product, so if they can use it, especially NASA, I think it'll be all right on your daily driver. They apply fluid film on any vehicle for different rates and things like that, but it comes out at 2,000 PSI out of a 360-degree spray gun to get in every little nook and cranny, and even on a wand as well to help get that down into every little hole and channel of your frame and undercarriage. And it's about 3 to 4 mils thick when it's all said and done on your frame. And they spray it, again, both clear and black. So if you have a slightly rusty undercarriage, and it can be applied right over top of it because it is a breathable, self-healing, always moving, unrefined wool wax. It's lanolin combined with some petroleum-based rust inhibitors in a concoction that fluid film came up with, again, 80 plus years ago. and it works perfectly. So it's self-healing, it's always moving, it never really dries or fully cures, so it's always kind of there. It will not chip, it will not crack, and it should last at least a year. But I guess depending on your driving habits, it should last even longer. So there's two different applications here. They offer a standard application, which is on a vehicle that they leave the wheels and tires on. They do mask the vehicle off regardless of the application, but the standard application, the wheels and tires stay on, and they just basically hit all the little areas that they can, like your suspension components, your undercarriage, your rockers, the inside of your bumpers, your frame, and all those little things like that. The premium, they basically will take your wheels and tires off, your inner fenders, and they will do a much more thorough job. But with that comes more labor, so it comes more cost. So also it should be noted that this stuff is non-toxic, non-hazardous, and it's also not gonna really harm you as far as your lungs. And now it will have somewhat of a stink to it, I've been told, and if it gets on your exhaust, it can kind of burn off and make a little bit of a smell. So for a couple days, you might have a little bit of smell when you have it applied to your undercarriage, but that's a small price to pay for having your vehicle protected from the harsh winter conditions like road salt, grime, and all the calcium concentrate or whatever they put on the roads. That brine solution around here, stuff's awful for your vehicle. Oh, and I forgot to say, it's made in the USA. Did I get a new bucket?
Yep, get a new bucket.
I get a whole new bucket. Do you know how many vehicle applications, like, depending on large or small, does one bucket do? Do you know?
We've done, I think, just with that one, it would be 4 trucks.
Gotcha.
And I mean, obviously, you can see it's soupy, so like I'm gonna dump this into this one.
Yeah, there's still some left.
So as you see,
So basically, probably four-ish large vehicles.
I'd say a dump truck would take a whole thing.
Gotcha.
To be honest.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is what it looks like right out of a bucket. All right, Jeep is on the hoist, and they're going to start masking off here. And they told me they're going to spray everything black. Everything. Just kidding. No, these guys are really good at what they do, and they put it exactly where it needs to be. Everybody watching, they're gonna say something about my frame caps. I guarantee it, that it's been done professionally and it's done safely and it passes PA inspection.
Yeah.
And if you do the fluid film before it gets to this point, that's a good idea. Yeah. But when you start to see rust on your TJ frame, it's too late.
Okay.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's
Right there. There she is, all undercoated, and I put my leg in that tip again. Man, these are now work pants. Oh, good stuff. Well, hey, how well does it wash out of clothes? We'll find out. Not even smoking. All right, we're gonna do a little road test. The guys do one every time they finish up a fluid film application. Smoking too bad, but if anything gets on the exhaust or heat shields, it drips down on. So what they'll do is they'll take her for a spin and just make sure that everything is good to go and that you don't have any issues when you go to take your vehicle out and all the stuff burn off for you. I will say that it does have it's not a hateful odor, it's just an odor all its own. So when you get your vehicle done, just know there is a slight odor, and that is completely normal. It'll go away, what, after a couple days, you think? Yeah. All right, so we're in here. We got the Jeep off the lift, and we got the Expedition on back here behind me. It's all masked up, and I'll take you underneath and show you what it looks like, and we'll let them get to work. So Mikey's over here taping up the exhaust. They do a good job masking, and they try to keep as much off the exhaust as possible, because what happens is it gets on there and it has to get burned off, and it just makes a smoke show. But I will say, I don't know if I mentioned it, this is the premium process, again, where they go and they tape everything off and mask it all off, and this is getting black on the frame, so I can't wait to see what it looks like as they're spraying it and see it all finished up. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to wrap it all up here and just extend Mike a big thank you for taking us inside and showing us the process and the ins and outs of everything here and what you do at Mountain Zion.
Absolutely. Here. I'm glad that we got the Jeep and the Expedition now all done, protected for winter. We were talking earlier about how corrosive the stuff that goes on these roads are every single day.
Yes.
And so now we've got 2 of your rigs in your fleet that are protected for winter. So I'm really pumped about that. You even mentioned that you're going to be coming back next spring or before next winter.
What they went and did is made my frame look so nice on my wife's Expedition that I got to come back and get that reapplication next year. I guarantee it, because if you get it done, you won't be disappointed whatsoever. Black or the clear, they both look phenomenal.
Absolutely. So you got to be in the shop the whole time. What did you think about the process? Was there anything that surprised you? Anything that caught you off guard?
Nothing really. What really surprised me was just, I mean, obviously you guys have always been great. Your attention to detail is fantastic. But the guys, they mask off the car, they tape everything up, they work with you, they'll lay plastic down on the floor. They do a very good job of keeping this stuff where it needs to go and not putting it where it doesn't.
And not only did we fluid film your Expedition, but we also put tires on it today and inspected it too. So it was like a one-stop shop for a lot of things. We even went bigger on the tire size.
Yes, we did. We went just a little bit bigger on the tire size, and we went with some Falcon 18.3 AT3s, which are just a phenomenal tire, and you guys like them a lot.
We sell them a ton.
But as you can see, Mount Zion not only does rhino linings and fluid film, they're a one-stop shop. They'll do PA state inspections, emissions, lift, tires, wheels.
I almost got you on the lift kit for this, but he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
But the tires look great, and they definitely needed it. The old set was worn out on my wife's rig here. So yeah, we're very happy.
Awesome. That's great. I'm so glad you came. I want to make sure that everybody follows you and follows us all over the place on all of our social platforms. The best places on, of course, your followers on YouTube and Instagram.
At 65CJ565 SEEJAYFIVE and Instagram, Facebook. But you can follow Mike at
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at Mount Zion Off-Road, all over those platforms.
Yes. Definitely go check them out and stop up here, see them in person at their wonderful shop, Dover, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, man.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.